Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. I wasn't even meant to be streaming today. I was meant to be on the Don Robbie watch along around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So if we aren't streaming for as long as we usually are, that's the reason why I'm just throwing it out early. But we're here to talk about the latest rumours surrounding Antonio Rudiger and will he be re-signing with Chelsea during the summer, or will he actually be the defender that we end up losing? We know that Chelsea are interested in the centre back. We know there was one that was potentially meant to be leaving. It's the same as last season as well. Didn't expect it to be Antonio Rudiger, but I had quiet reservations about whether it would be him or not, mainly based on whether these contract negotiations went through or not. And now we know the examples of what he wants. He wants a 4-year deal. I think he wants to be one of the highest earners at the club because he came in on relatively decent wages, and he's seen players get a bunch of extensions and come into the club with higher wages than him, and also not justify those wages as well. So we're going to talk about the wage structure at the club. We're talking about whether we've messed it up in recent years, whether we're going to continue to mess it up as well. And we're also going to be talking about whether Rudiger is actually going to be leaving or not. But smash the like and subscribe button. Big up the rest of the panel who's here as well. Javi, Mohammed, Wayne. Big up yourself, guys. Wayne, how you been, my G?
Yeah, decent. Like it's quiet at the moment. Just nothing transfer wise, nothing news wise, just nothing. But then this comes up and it's like, oh, that's a bit interesting. But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, Mo as well. What are you saying, my G?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. And just been I only got back yesterday morning from Glasgow, innit? So I'm getting huh?
No, I was just reacting to that. Go on.
Yeah, man. I went Glasgow, bruv, and literally, bro, like 2 good days of like summer weather there, which is very rare in Glasgow usually, and then just rain on the last day I'm leaving. And I've come back to this heat, bro. Last night was a struggle. I ain't gonna lie, man. This heat is killing me, man.
Yo, you're telling me, man, been stuck in my room most days just streaming and doing a bunch of other fuckery. Javi, what are you saying, bro?
Yo, chilling, bro. Haven't missed a couple streams, but this is an interesting topic because Rudiger is my guy, bro, and a lot to say on this topic. But I've been good. I'm out here in Vegas, enjoying the weather. So
nice.
Oh, just like that as well. We got more people. Yes, bro. What are you saying, Andrew?
Okay, I'm all good.
No, we can't call him Andrew anymore. It's Werner's new lawyer. We've got a name by.
New lawyer. All right, talk to me.
What happened to the other lawyer?
Well, the other lawyer, as we know.
You back in Werner. This is crazy.
No. His money's as green as anyone else's. So I'm not back and forth. It's his representation, but his former representation. Obviously, there was question marks about his law degree. He was on the back of a napkin. Someone said it was on. I was already in conversation with.
I heard he wrote it himself.
With his agent Wayne. Well, we tried to send him some law documents, but the address he gave us was a local bus stop, so we couldn't drop them off there. So we don't know where this guy is. We don't know if Fatou is his real name, his government name. We can't find this guy literally. And Mr. T. Werner, my client has asked me to start proceedings to stop this man misrepresenting him and to sue him under Trade Description Act of being a lawyer.
You guys are gonna have to go to court against each other.
Oh my God! We've got Werner's new lawyer, Werner's real lawyer.
What we got to do? If he puts that down, we've got to bar him from the studio. So if he puts Werner's lawyer, you've got to bar him. Unfortunately, Lewis, that's the law.
It's misrepresentation, Lewis. I don't want to have to call this channel into legal proceedings. That's all, something like that. So. I guess you've got to change your name. Is it Fatou?
Go on, Fatou. What's happening? Is this guy taking over your new job then, or what?
No, right? He's a fake lawyer. Don't worry, people. No, he's not doing lawyer.
Excuse me.
He's claiming the same thing.
It out.
Yeah,
he's not fake.
Exactly. I've met with his agent Wayne.
He's technically Mendy's lawyer, man.
And he asked me if he could take over.
He wants me to put restraining order. I don't care. I got
there's a restraining order physically and virtually. You can't even.
I got very lots of money.
I said virtually. Nah, I'm done.
I got very money, so
you can't talk to him online.
Why are we talking about this? We should be talking about Rudiger, man. Jesus.
Let's go.
No,
Let's go. Let's go.
we've got to do the letter of the law. I'm his agent. I've employed Andrew as his new lawyer, and that is official. We can't go against that. Unfortunately, you rubbed me the wrong way the other day, and I told you do not do that, and things happen. You know what you did?
Also, Mr. Fatter, please leave Mr. Rudiger alone as well. I've been asked to advise you as well. So.
Where's the Athletic article?
I don't want to argue this, but let's talk about Rudiger, please. Thank you.
Yeah, one sec. I'm going to get the Athletic article on the screen.
Please.
Oh,
Here it is. So Rudiger is no closer to agreeing a new contract with Chelsea and is considering leaving as a free agent next summer. Rudiger has just 12 months left on his current contract left to run, but there's been suggestions that formalising an extension is just a matter of time. Athletic reported this in March. However, the centre-half is not going to enter into any formal discussions until after representing Germany at the Euros. One of the reasons why he hasn't signed a deal yet is because he wants to be completely focused on the tournament, but he's also in no rush to commit his long-term future at Chelsea. He's happy at Chelsea, which is a good positive to take, and he loves playing for Tuchel, but he's wary that the next contract will probably be the last big one of his career, and sources are saying that he's looking for a 4-year deal. It's not just about the length of the contract, but it's also the terms. The Athletic has been told that Rudiger is outside the top 10 highest earners at Chelsea, despite being one of the major leaders in the dressing room. German international joined for 29 million, with add-ons taking it to 33, and has seen a number of players arrive since then on significantly higher wages and for a higher transfer fee. Meanwhile, Hudson-Odoi negotiates the higher sum with a base rate of 120k a week after rejecting a move to Bayern. Someone in the comment section, if you know what Rudiger's weekly wage is, let us know. Where could it go? Where could he go? Number of top clubs in the top leagues in Europe are showing an interest, not surprised after his form this season, especially at the prospect of picking Rudiger up on a free transfer next summer. 28-year-old can start negotiating with foreign clubs and sign a pre-contract in January. And with many leading sides suffering financially due to the pandemic, acquiring free agents has become even more desirable. Does Tuchel want to keep? I don't even know if I want to read this because he obviously does want to keep him. So he said if he wants a new contract, he has our full support to stay at the club. He's speaking with his performances. He's been amazing since day one. Christensen, Aspi, and Emerson all have 12 months left on their contract as well. Right, we got a lot of extensions we need to sort out. Yep. Chelsea have been looking to players to strengthen at the back in case of any of them, including Rudiger, leave this year or next. So it does look like we're going to, with all these extensions that we do need to do, it looks like we're going to be getting rid of at least one centre back. And Rudiger's the oldest one.
No,
and also, I don't think it's Christensen. We've heard rumours that both of them are going to be getting contract extensions. I'm expecting them to be. Yeah. But the only thing is, we know what Chelsea are like when you hit that over 30. And it's not like it was before where it was strictly 1-year deals only. But they are a little bit more stricter when it comes to the over 30. And he's 28 years old already. So to see him on a 4-year deal, I think would be a bit more. I'd be a bit surprised if that was to happen. I do want it to happen because he's a quality centre-back. I don't want us to get rid of Rudiger. But I've been quietly thinking that if we were to get rid of a centre-back, you would sell Rudiger, who's in his best form right now, and get the maximum profit out of him if you wanted to. And this isn't from my point of view. I'm just thinking this could be what the club would be going for.
Or we could
that's
sell
the club
Christensen.
policy, right? If you want to keep above 30 years old players, though, that's the club policy, right? I'm not sure.
Rudiger's only on 100k a week.
No, I think I remember when he signed, he's on like 130 to 150.
But this is the problem now when we sign Haaland now. A lot of people are going to be asking for more money on their contract.
You see what the problem is? We've already packed ourselves a bit with the Hudson-Odoi deal because we know there's surrounding issues for why he hasn't overperformed to that extent yet, but he still hasn't lived up to the 120k a week wage packet. And now because of that, we've got Tammy Abraham who's saying he's not staying unless he gets a similar contract to him. And now we've got Rudiger who's saying the exact same thing, except he's saying it in different ways. Now, if we get Erling Haaland in, now, I already said about him needing to hit the ground running. If he don't hit the ground running and he don't justify those 350k a week wages, then suddenly you're going to have a Kai Havertz, for example, come up and say, I'm not staying unless I get an extension closer to his wage because I'm overperforming, he's underperforming, but he's getting paid more than I am.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know if you watched Andrew's YouTube channel the other day, but I broke
Okay,
it. And if we do get the defender I think we could get, I wouldn't mind using Rudiger as bait for that and doing a swap deal as maybe a bit of money.
Yeah, I mean Wayne. Yeah, Wayne dropped the. Don't mind me for saying Wayne. He dropped that.
No,
He's been told by his source that we might look at Kim Tenway, but because obviously the dream one would be Marquinhos, but you're just never going to do it unless it's a crazy amount of money. I think it's this. I think they're not going to do the Rudiger one until after the Euros. They're going to leave him settled in the German camp. They're not doing any deals with anyone who's at the Euros, like our players. They're going to leave him be. And I think if they offer him and they stick to the guns what they offer and he refuses, I think they will sell him. They're going to have to because they can't risk him walking away in a year's time.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It don't even sound like he'd sign an extension like Giroud's doing.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he wants a
Not in his
4-year deal,
contract,
but mine would be he's got 1 year left, so the easiest thing would bump up the wage and do a 3-year extension, right? Because he's 28 now, it gets into 32. And then you've got, I think Azpilicueta's over 30 now, so probably over him a new 2-year deal. He deserves a 2-year deal. He's on there. And then Emerson, they might just do, Lewis, what they did with Giroud, is put a 1-year extension on it so they just get the most.
I thought Emerson already had a contract.
There was rumours, but I don't think anything's been announced. Remember, the club announced the Giroud extension right away, the Tuchel extension right away. There's been no other announcements from the club about any contracts extended at all. But I just think, if he doesn't accept the offer right away, you're going to have to move him, unfortunately, because it's a business. Don't let someone walk away free like that. You just don't do it.
That's the thing. I feel like we wouldn't want to sell him, but if he didn't sign the contract, our arms would be tied.
Yeah,
we would have to sell him anyway. How much would you even expect us to get for him with 1 year left on his contract? Because I feel like we'd still be getting bumped for it regardless.
that's why I mentioned about the swap deal, because if we do the swap deal with a bit of money, won't spend that much money more, probably about 20 million. We'll probably get about 30, 35 million for Rudiger.
So what are you saying then? For Erling Haaland, you make it Rudiger, Tammy, and 100 mil or some shit?
No, for Rudiger, if I could, I'd go to PSG. If we are really interested in Kimpembe, say, look, we want Kimpembe, we'll swap you Rudiger so you don't lose the central defender out of this deal, and we give you a little bit of money for him, then we have Kimpembe coming our way.
Yeah, but PSG could just sit there and be like, nah, fuck that. We got a good back four. We'll wait a year, get Rudiger for free off you, man.
Well, yeah, that is a listen. Whatever it is, it's going to be. I know the market's changed and people are going for more expensive than they were. I don't know, because 35 million, Lewis, would be the amount we paid for Rudiger in the first place.
Oh yeah, and you know what Marina's like with
a I mean, I know she's a negotiator, but and I think Hazard deal was sort of a one-off because he's like a special player. I mean, don't get me wrong, Rudiger's been fantastic at the end of the season. And he's really been good, but I just don't know if we're going to get 35 million for a 28-year-old defender in the last year of his contract. I just don't know if we're going to do it. I mean, saying that though, isn't Varane in the last year of his contract? Real Madrid.
Right.
Yes, he's got his own similar.
And they want 60 million, so it can all change. The problem is, if you're going to ask 60 million for Rudiger, who's going to?
Well, we're going to go to Madrid and be like, yo, we both have good centre backs who are on 1 year deals. Like,
swap.
What are you saying?
It could be.
If it was a Varane for Rudiger, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst deal in the world. I'd rather that than lose Rudiger for free. And
under those circumstances, I would do it, but not like under normal. Do you know what
regardless,
I mean?
I'd still rather we keep Rudiger and just add another defender onto it, because we're saying we have the money for it. My only thing is, are they going to give him a 4-year deal though?
I think it'll be a 3-year extension on his current contract. Then it makes up that. Then it's a new 4-year. Then it's a 4 years. 4 years. Then takes him to 32, and then he probably bows out at the end of the contract. Then we probably go, yeah, you can walk away for free. Do you know what I mean? Because he'd be 32 then. He's done 8 years at the club.
Yeah, and now his form's been good enough for a consistent period of time that I think you can sit there and say, I trust Rudiger. And I can trust that if we keep him on a 4-year deal, it wouldn't be the worst decision we made.
Just not in Sheffield.
A year ago, I would have been like, 4 years, maybe not. But now it's like, nah, this has a quality centre back. I'm not worried about it. But if Rudiger was to want to leave, like, I also would kind of understand it too, because this guy's got so much flack off fans, off journalists. Every single time he's been a bad run of form, he's been one of the main players that's been scapegoated for it.
I scapegoated him. I'm not scapegoating him, but I had a go at him. But I only ever wanted
I
him
thought
to
he was
play,
our
to
worst
play
centre
better.
back going into the
Yeah.
season, so I can hold
Yeah.
my hands up and say the exact same thing too. The thing is, we weren't as insightful as certain journalists were. Like, we ain't gonna name names or anything, but you know exactly who we're talking about, regardless.
Disgraceful. That was absolutely.
And he's already said in that interview with the Tribuna, I think I pronounced that correctly, that he doesn't really trust our fan base that much anymore either.
Yeah,
so if he was to leave, I mean, he leaves with his head held high. He leaves in the best way possible,
European
with a Champions League medal round his neck.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he did kind of have it in his head that he wanted to leave, but I would also hope he stayed anyway. We're going to drop the link in about 5 minutes. If you
To
guys
be honest, we
want to
treated him like shit.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Some people did. Yeah, they were. It's like me. I criticised him, but only just of his performance because I wanted him to get better. Because when he first came, those first 2 seasons, he was great.
Yeah.
Then next season,
he's always solid.
I think he fell out with Lampard a little bit at that point.
Yeah, he did. He did all that work in the summer getting his 2 compatriots to come over.
Did he fall out with Lampard? Because Lampard put him back into a squad before he left.
I think that was desperate. I think that was like
they had a heart to heart.
To be fair, I think it was more to the board, like forcing Lampard to start Rudiger.
Also, I think let's be frankly honest, right? I think what it comes down to with this stuff is like who has the better leverage. And I think a lot of the times when people talk about contracts, it's about leverage. And if you as a player have leverage, you're going to use it to your advantage. He's just won the Champions League with us. He's on his last year of his contract. Interest for him won't be something that would be hard for him to come by. So he will definitely have clubs interested in him, taking on him. And at the end of the day, at Chelsea, I think we've done a terrible job at sometimes treating our players better. And it's not just him. We've done this with even legends at the club, where we've actually handed them what they deserve, and we as fans have had to digest it, and we are now becoming accustomed to us treating players like this. But the problem with this is that over a long-term period, we now will face the ramifications of players not being loyal and saying, I actually want to just stay at the club outright, because even if they want to, it's better for them not to do so and say those words, because then they lose leverage by saying those simple words. For me, the way I look at it is, he deserves a 4-year contract, and he has done based on the merit that he has performed more better than he's performed worse, and in the time that he's been with us. And in all honesty, getting a replacement for him will be far more difficult and far more expensive for us when we're trying to also address other weaknesses of the squad. So for me, the way I look at it in this situation is we just need to do a better job at recognizing situations far in advance and treat players with better dignity.
Why didn't we do this last year? Why didn't we start negotiating a new contract with him last year? In 2 years.
It looked like it because
Tebow's on 170. Mad.
Yeah,
because he was renegotiating a deal.
I
He convinced 2 German compatriots to come in.
Agency are on a madness.
But they should have done it last year, man. I don't understand.
No, but they
this.
tried. They tried, and the problem is, for whatever reason, that was rescinded, either due to what Lampard not playing him or whatever, or Rudiger not being interested. And let's be frankly honest, our club, when success is hard to come by, or when things get really difficult, it almost becomes very fickle within the club and also outside the club, and that trickles down to the players, who at the end, in my opinion, get blamed for everything, when in the reality it's the way we run over the club that's what's making things so volatile and so not, and what's the right word I'm looking for, not so not so flipping stable. That's the best way I can put it, I guess.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, Chris, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good. It's about Rudiger, right?
Yeah.
I was just talking to Will about it as well. Like, what is it, like concrete? Because I haven't actually looked into it.
What it is Rudiger is happy and does want to stay at Chelsea, but he wants a 4-year contract and he wants to be one of the highest earners at the club. At least in the top 10, I think.
Agreed.
Wow. Yeah, I think 4 years is fair because he's 27, right?
Let me get our wage shot.
He's
I think he's
27.
28. I think he's 28.
he's
I think he's 28. But
I
still
think,
worth
I
it.
think,
Still worth
yeah,
it.
yeah. 'Cause you can see he's got legs in him still. He's got good sprints. Like he's good anyway.
I got
Like
it.
I feel like this is his like turning point. Like after 27, 28, really. Like he's starting to turn
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
correct.
think 4 years is good, and whatever wage he's asking, I can't think he can go over 250k. But
No.
No, he
It'll
won't.
be high 100s. It won't hit 200k.
oh
It'll be
yeah,
like,
yeah. What?
be maybe
180,
180, 180 possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, give it to him.
Agree. I actually
Chris has
agree with
decreed.
Simple, isn't it?
Chris has decreed. Give it to him.
That's our top. Werner's not on 272k a week.
No,
He is.
Chilwell
There's no way.
He is. That's what it was last. He signed it. It was 270.
Chilwell is our top earner, literally.
He's
like
on
nearly
270k a week.
No,
No,
guys,
no,
let's
no,
look at
no.
it. Though. Danny Drinkwater's on
Like
124.
Kante at
Shoot me
290k
dead,
a
bro.
week. I'll
Fuck
back
my
that.
life.
Can I ask, is that including bonuses then? Do you maybe that's the reason why it says 270? It's like 270.
No,
but
it's
like
weekly
this many
wage. It
goals.
says weekly wage.
No
Because
way
I know
that can't
Kante's
be.
He can't-
on
Nah,
He hasn't got many
I've
goal
seen-
bonuses this year, so it can't be that much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he got if it's assist bonus.
No,
it'd
it
be-
is 270. It's 270. Because
Danny
I
Drinkwater
look at
is on
Danny
120.
Drinkwater is still here in the top
Bro,
10.
I'm
You know.
done, bro.
How is this
You know
guy
what?
still frauding our club?
I actually don't blame Rudiger because you see Kepa's earning a high wage. You see Danny Drinkwater.
Yeah,
I wonder
exactly,
why
yeah.
Danny Drinkwater is just laughing and having a good
Even
time.
Timo. I like Timo, but if he's on 270, that's an extremely high wage.
Well, how much is Giroud
Got
on?
re-signed. There's
Yeah,
Rudiger on
Giroud, Giroud's
100k,
going.
bro. Man is on the same money as Alonso. No way. And what?
Ah! Hey, AC, you need to kick up a fuss, man. What are you doing? What is this? Baba
Yeah,
Ramos
Alonso's
is
on
earning
100
more
grand.
than this guy.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god.
Yo,
Baba
what
I
Raman.
am done.
Oh, Baba Raman. Jesus Christ. Baba
Oh
Raman's
my
90
God.
grand.
Mason Mount,
Oh,
you
No
need to
my
wonder
kick
God.
up a
Tammy's
fuss.
sitting here fuming on 82k a week. He's been our top goal scorer 3 seasons on the bounce.
No wonder Rudiger's fuming, man. Baba Raman. A 91 grand.
Wait, where's
Man
Rudiger?
didn't even play
Where's-
that many. Has he even
Rudiger's
played 5
here.
games for us?
Oh, okay.
1-2
Rudiger's
games,
here.
I think.
He deserves a bonus like 190. He get it, I reckon.
I'm surprised
Look at
Ziyech is only on
Look at
62k, to be honest.
Mount,
What?
It
James.
just shows you how small whatever Ajax was paying him, innit?
But Mount's just signed a new contract
Hey,
last year.
Oh,
Ziyech
no,
is a humble man.
That
Ziyech is a
outrageous.
humble
Oh yeah.
man.
Oh, that too, Chris.
Oh my,
He's a humble
Edward
man.
Mendy getting
Edward
extended
Mendy?
immediately.
He should be
Okay.
taking up a fuss.
Immediately.
Edward Mendy, 52.
I think Mendy is very happy. Like
My
no one
God,
expected Mendy to turn out
Why
like
is
that.
Baba
Baba
Yeah,
Raman
how
on
can you be
91K?
like someone in that wage bracket, man?
Wow,
Fuck
Kurt
my
Zoom
God.
Hey,
ain't
I'm
kicked up
going
a
to
fuss for
say this.
years.
I hate I'm
Zuma,
going
you're
to
lucky
say
to
this.
get that, Kurt Zuma.
I really don't want to
Nice.
say this, but I've got no
8.5.
choice.
No,
Andrew?
Billy Gilmore, bro.
Yeah.
What
Andrew.
the hell's going
Yeah.
on?
Andrew, you're
Yeah.
supposed to be Mendy's agent. You're supposed to be
Yeah, I'm
Mendy's
going
lawyer.
in. I'm
And
going
look
in.
what's
I'm
happened.
going in. Don't
And
worry.
look at him.
Andrew
Look at that.
slacking.
Look at that father. That guy next to you, the loser, gets. Look what he does to Werner. So
No
what
way.
is going on?
No, Wayne, I've been practicing. I've taken a hostage negotiation course to do these.
Wait, this can't be real,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Those
That's all good.
wages seem not real to me, bro.
No,
What?
the Kante. No. Those I think those are near enough to it. Then maybe a few grand off, but the Kante's
check
one's
that
always
in the
been
wage.
nearly 300, and the Werner one I believe is 270. I remember reading it when he signed it. It's going to be that much, around that much. And Kepa's one is that because I was like,
No, that is the right wages. That's the right wages.
Did-
no,
I'm
did
looking
you
at
remember-
other ones as well.
remember this is Kepa's third season, 4 years left of a contract still, 4 years left. Remember
Did
that
you,
7 years.
did you
7
guys-
years we gave him. 7 years.
Talking about goalkeepers, did you guys notice Pear check on the list?
No.
24k a week, I think. 24k
As
a
a
week.
player?
Is
Damn it, man.
You
Yeah.
know, if that list is inaccurate, send us a link of the real one because I'm
Yeah,
I'm
'cause to
looking
me
at a
that
few
doesn't
of these
seem
and
right,
they're all
bro.
saying similar stuff. The only one that isn't is the top one, but I think they're doing base wages, and that's why Ben Chilwell's a highest earner.
Does
I
that,
think
does that say
Ben Chilwell
Kante was
deserves
on
like
290?
150
That
plus.
says Kante was on 290, yeah?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think the base
Underpaid.
wages.
Underpaid.
Yeah,
He's
I think so,
underpaid at
both.
290. He's
Yeah, I think so,
underpaid
both.
at 290.
What?
Bring him up to 350. That's what he should be. 350.
You need to get Edward Mendy a better contract, bro. What are you
I
talking
do. You're right. Don't
He
worry.
needs a pair
I'm
of one
practicing
ASAP.
art of negotiation and practicing. You know what I mean?
That's a Simon Johnson quote saying there's a good chance he'll stay. He's very happy. He wants a 4-year deal and clearly a better salary.
And
Yeah,
Simon
and
Johnson
basically the
is
same
one
thing
you
I
want
that
think he
to
Rudiger
deserves
said.
it. He deserves it, man. Simples.
But Simon Johnson's one you want to listen to. He's close to the club. So
People who
he's
deserve
very
a
close.
higher wage is obviously Rudy, Mendy, Mason Mount. I'm sure that's Kante's in 290. I'm sure Kante's happy there. He doesn't really spend it by the looks. He has like
He smiles a lot, bro.
20
We need to give him another 50k on top.
Do you know how much that smile is worth, Chris? That smile is priceless. All right?
Exactly, bro.
Like,
Another
did you
50K
not
just
see what
for that.
Kante drives? Do you reckon Kante really spends it?
Chris,
I highly doubt.
Chris,
bro.
if
Man's rolling around with the
Kante,
mini.
if Kante was in Infinity War, Thanos wouldn't have done the snap.
Sorry,
Right?
but
That's how disarming his smile is. Okay. Yeah.
Kante was in Infinity War.
Yeah. If he was
Imagine
in
Kante
Infinity
in
War,
Infinity War.
Thanos wouldn't have done the
Imagine-
snap.
Now
He
imagine
would
he's
disarm
snapping,
him.
Kante's going and he's
Yeah.
smiling as he's
Exactly.
going.
Stop it.
Imagine
Wait,
it.
hold on, Andrew. What would Kante have done?
Doesn't matter. I just said it. We can move on. Let's move on.
No, you would have seen Thanos snap his fingers and Kante be smiling as he's fading away.
290 is a high wage. I know it's a high wage. I'm a bit gassy when I say it, but I'm sure
man.
they'll.
If Haaland's coming in with a 350, Kante deserves the same, man. Fuck that. Man.
True. I'll still say bump up, but Alonso, 100 grand.
Hey, respect Champions League winner Alonso.
Oh,
Bro, Alonso is not
he
even
won the
Champions
I
League.
need drink water on
Alonso,
120k.
Alonso won the Champions League in less attempts than Lampard. Respect him.
you unbelievable. You're so shameless, Prime.
Who's
That
this?
is so shameless.
With that in mind, then fucking Hakim Ziyech and Raul Morales are the best players you ever had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And in one season flat.
I mean, it took Henry 2 attempts to win the Champions League. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he had to jump on Eto'o and Messi's coattails.
Exactly.
Fire's saying Chelsea have been given a mandate to a trusted intermediary to find potential buyers for Hakim Ziyech this summer. So the Ziyech leaving rumours are only looking to get stronger as well.
Yeah, which means
To be honest, we aren't surprised by. I'd want to find out if the rumours have been falling out with Thomas Tuchel are actually legit or not.
Who? Ziyech.
Yeah, apparently Ziyech and Tuchel are meant to have had a big falling out.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
No.
I don't.
He actually used the Ziyech, so
Don't care.
I saw the other day that
and
Tuchel was
take-
No, but like I
Champions
get it. Like if you miss the big games and stuff, because I remember when we lifted the Champions League in 2012, and the first thing that came out was rumours that Torres and Di Matteo had a big falling out because he didn't have a big factor in the final either, and he wanted to start.
Well,
And
hold
this was
on.
straight after us.
Torres won the corner that Drogba
did.
scored from.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
Torres
did.
wanted to start, and he didn't start for Raul Morales. No, he didn't start for Ryan Bertrand, who made his Champions League debut.
Ryan Bertrand's one and only Champions League game.
you know
I
what
think-
I don't get? How can a player cry when you win a trophy and he didn't start you? It's about the team. It's not about you.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
they're footballers, bruv. They're on like
I know.
6-figure wages, and their egos are inflated. It's higher than fucking Big Ben.
Plus,
The
if you're
only
on
thing
the
they're
pitch,
thinking about is number one.
plus if you're on the pitch and you were part of that winning team, it just gives you better leverage for contract negotiations.
Yeah.
I
But-
think Rude,
All Torres had was a goal in the 93rd minute when we were through already.
Yeah, and the Gary Neville screen. That's all he's got.
And it was a great moment and everything, but I always say we were already through. That just kind of put this rubber stamp on it. It's like Emerson's goal against Atletico. A great moment and everything. We know we're through, but we were still already through.
Yeah. But with the Torres, it's a bit different though, because we was losing 2-1, and that helped us get through. So
No, we were already through on aggregate though. We had the away goal.
no, it's going to take time, wasn't it?
No.
No, it was 1-0
Was it
the
not?
first leg. 1-0 the
Yeah.
first leg.
I know. It's one. Yeah,
but they
see, the
didn't
way
score
goal
any
throws
away
me off
goals.
sometimes.
They didn't score any
Yeah,
away
the
goals, so-
the way goal thing throws me
Yeah.
off sometimes actually.
Don't worry, next season you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm
I
happy
actually do
to.
like the way goal, but I guess I forgot. Yeah, the way
I-
goal.
4-3 each
That's fine.
round. 4-3 each round. That's what I want. 4-3 each round. Each
Yeah,
year,
we can-
4-3.
Would you guys all give him like 190k a week then, Rudiger?
What to? I easily would.
190k a week.
Rudy, that's what he wants, isn't it?
No, I don't know what he
he
wants.
He just
We
wants a
don't
con-
know.
He wants a rise.
If
and he
Callum
wants to be
Hudson-Odoi
around
is
the
on
top
180,
earners in the club.
if Callum
So I
Hudson-Odoi is on 180, I say we give Rudiger 190.
I think
I
it's only
swear Hudson-Odoi
180
is on
for
120.
certain things. I think his weekly's 120, 120 or something.
120 base wage, but I think bonuses take it up to
Bonuses
180.
take it, yeah.
So for me, with Rudiger, I'd say he needs a 150k a week one. I think that would be best for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the perfect medium for it, because I wouldn't want to give him an overpriced wage either. But I
I'm
think
a bit undecisive what to do with him. I don't know if I would rather sell him and try and get as much money as I can for him or try and sign a new deal, because he is a good defender, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather get someone else who's younger, who's less fussy, who would take less money, because he ain't going to help, because people are going to say, well, he's just been given a raise.
Wait,
Why can't we get a raise? Why can't we get a
The thing with
raise?
that is, Wayne, the thing with that is, Wayne, like we don't really have many leaders in that locker room. And
well, so did AC. I'm not saying give AC 190k a week. Come on, man.
He wants
Even
to
I
give
can't
him
put my agenda that far.
Lewis, you are that shameless.
Nah, I want the extension. Like, other than that, I don't really care.
No,
You know,
Christensen and
you know, if
Rudiger
we
have to stay, in my opinion, bro. They're two of our better defenders that we can rely upon right now, based on what we know so far, without thinking about signings.
You know, if we do get rid of Rudiger, I get Varane in. Varane. He's same age.
If we do get a better defender,
very experienced,
Christensen's leaving.
world class. He's world class. I'd have it.
That's him.
Hijack a Man United deal as well.
No,
Who's
that's
that? Sancho.
That's not happening.
No, the Varane, they want Varane as well.
Varane, no, they're too busy on Sancho. They can't multitask.
Yeah, they can't multitask, yeah.
You know, but one of the...
They could barely focus on the task at hand, let alone something else.
It's taken them a year to put a bid in for Sancho, you know what I mean? They're not going to do it with Varane. By the time they get to Varane, he'll be retired.
They're going to bleed him dry for him as well.
Hold on.
Chelsea sign Haaland and then to say Sancho ain't for sale now.
Hold on. If we sell Ziyech, right, and
That'd be awesome.
if we sell Ziyech and maybe we can find a loan move for Callum, do you think we can get Sancho?
Ziyech goes Callum States.
Prime,
I know, but
why should we sell Ziyech though?
Bro, but this
We're not
club,
selling Ziyech.
we like to sell everybody, don't we?
Ziyech is linked with Milan.
Yeah, but Milan don't have money.
Yeah, but it could be a loan move then.
Milan is done with
No,
the
no,
transfer window. man.
I'm not taking loan move for Ziyech to Milan, man. No.
Milan
Milan
still
with
haven't
option to
paid.
buy.
Milan want all of our players, bro. What the
No,
hell?
Milan
paid
is done, bro.
tomorrow's
They
fee.
spent
I think
28
Milan want Livermento as well.
They still haven't paid tomorrow's fees.
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. Milan is done, bro. They spend their money.
Yeah. They're trying to haggle on prices. They don't have money like that. Yeah.
Not unless it's loaned with option to buy again, which
Option
is
to buy again.
typical.
I think Ziyech, the thing with Ziyech is his reputation precede him, and people think, because he has this bad boy image, and they just assume because he didn't start the game, he'd be upset and had a fallout with Tuchel, but I doubt it. I think he's all BS.
It's difficult to say, innit? I just think sometimes the people are reactionary in it. We can't judge every player just based on one season every time, unless they had a horrendous thing and shown no quality.
I think we're not gonna get Haaland.
I think we're not.
No.
Let's
Well, they're
talk about
talking
that.
more about the wages now. They're saying overall it'll be a 350 million overall in terms of wages.
Reckon we're gonna have to.
Simon Johnson's also reported that the big significant issue is the wages, and that he's been told that he wants an absolute fortune, which is much more than which has been reported, which sounds like it might even be even more than that. And the question is, how big are we going to let ourselves get bent over for? That's the real question.
Well, we have to be careful. That's what I'm going to say in it, because this is going to have big.
I don't think Malam
problems.
Sus. Also, if you look at some of the wages, you have to look at some of the players that are still on loan, because I would think we need to sell some of those loanee players first. Then.
Yeah, but the good thing with the loanee players is the wages is split between us and the club they're playing for. So
not always.
No,
yeah, not always, but yeah. That's why they pay a loan fee. So we make a lot of money from loaning players out. Yeah, he's like a
Yeah, that's one of Chelsea's way they make money. Is their loan army. You're all right.
Yeah, but ain't there meant to be some sort of new rule coming next year or two? Just going to rinse our loan army.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll figure a way. Roman knows.
Which is why
knows
you'll probably see a lot of players leave this summer. They're going to do
Yeah.
like a fire. They're going to do a fire sale.
That's why I
Party
said that
goes.
14 players be gone to this.
These first.
But the thing is, if we go on a roll like winning big trophies for the next like 5 years or so, we won't really. I don't think we'll really need a loan army. Like we'll be winning like money by winning tournaments and stuff, and getting bigger brand deals maybe
Chris,
as well.
yeah, brand deal, yeah, but Chris, winning tournament doesn't actually give you a lot of money.
We got like over 300 million this year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like you winning, for example, you win the FA Cup, you get like 5 million. That doesn't even pay for our highest earners' wages. So sometimes
No, of course not. But it's just the like the icing to the cake, winning that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like brand deals will be a big factor as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
I just think.
I personally think that if we do go on, I think we'll sell 14 players. I think we'll probably recruit from that about 250, 300 million from that. I think.
Who is selling to be getting that kind of money?
Who's the bulk of that coming from then?
But I truly think there will be surprises gone this year. I think we'll be saying. I think Jorginho might go. I'll be honest.
Really?
I can see him going back to Italy.
I can't see it, but
I can't see it happening.
In this market, in the pandemic, if it was any other market, I'll agree that we could make up at 300, 200 million. But with the pandemic, if you look at around Europe, it's only the Premier League that has money. If you look around Europe, everyone is looking for loan deals. So it will be very, very difficult to sell players. So all the Deadwood players, we might end up having them again next year. So
I think you'll see a lot of sales. I think you'll see a lot of sales to the Premier League teams. I think we'll sell a lot to Premier League teams.
Yeah, that's the thing. We hopefully
we'll sell Tammy to a Premier League team.
Yeah, hopefully
I think we'll sell Barkley to a Premier League
I was
team.
about to say Tammy's going to be 40 million. You got Barkley will probably be what 20 million. You got Danny Drinkwater will probably be what 5-10 million. We're gonna have a big loss on them. I know what you. I know. I do understand the situation we're saying about what the situation is, and I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is, I think you'll find that he will want a lot of players gone because he won't, and to recruit that money for not just for Haaland but for other transfers that he will want to make because. Yeah. So I could see a lot of people being sold that are not up to his standard. Like I could see Emerson being gone by this season. I could even see Alonso be sold. Yeah. I could see Jorginho being sold. Because I think Big Gilmore will get third or fourth choice, depending if we get a brand new DM. I can see a lot of the forward players who are on loan. We've got Kennedy, we've got Babarama, and we've got Drinkwater. It's going to be players are going to be sold one way or another, I think, to recruit some money, and I think we'll end up getting a lot of money, more than I think people realise.
Can I ask you something, Wayne? About you really think
Jorginho goes?
Yeah, you talk about Jorginho being sold. Who do you think we're replacing him with someone?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're lined up.
Jorginho's the closest thing we have to a DM right now. So without him. What are we going to do? We're just going to play with pressers then?
Yeah, competition Kante, you know?
No.
Well, actually, that works.
No.
It doesn't.
What I can see happening is if we do buy Hakimi, what very strongly looks like we could be doing, I could see what happening is Reece James going the right centre-back, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Christensen as a DM. No. I would not be surprised to see that. Because he's done that a lot.
We can't do that at the start of the season, though. Like, if we're going to just throw Christensen in and say, right, you haven't played DM for a few years, but we haven't got one, so here you go, mate.
Lewis, he has been for international.
Yeah, but Jorginho's a better DM.
More than you realise.
Let me check Denmark's last few games, because I haven't seen him play in lone DM.
Christensen.
Wayne,
Yeah.
Jorginho is the first person on.
Didn't he play the last game?
Turkish.
The last
Yeah, he
friendly
played a
match.
centre back.
Yeah, but that's for his country. That's probably a reason why he has to play DM for that. It's like Reece James
And
when
anyway,
he
they
played for
got
Wigan.
Højbjerg.
He had to play
But
DM for them.
Højbjerg played. Yeah, against Austria, he played centre back.
Denmark have like Højbjerg and like Delaney.
Moldova, he
Didn't
played.
really need DM,
Didn't
but-
play that one. Moldova.
The only time that I could think of, probably 2015, after the 2015 season.
Switzerland, he played centre back. Luxembourg, he played that. I didn't play that one either. Georgia, he played centre back. That's a Gibraltar one. Ireland, he played centre back. I'm not seeing any games where he was playing in DM.
Would Conor
weren't playing
Gallagher
at
maybe not get a chance?
They've got
in
Delaney and
first
Schoen
team?
both playing in those positions.
He always
Nah,
plays centre back. He always plays centre back.
Centre back again.
Unless they play a back three, in which case he'll play in the centre. But mainly he plays in the back four.
Here we go. France 0-0 draw. They played him as a lone DM in that one.
Yeah, but when was that?
You got one.
Oh,
game.
that was 2018. Shit.
Yeah, so 2 years ago.
All right,
Plus-
so it
plus
hasn't
I
been
think-
for a while.
I think Tuchel really lacks Jorginho. I think Jorginho is one of his first player on the starting 11. I think he goes Jorginho and Kante. He loves those two players, so it's highly unlikely that we'll see them to leave. Yeah, I think we're not gonna see any midfielders leave. I think Zuma. I was watching an interview he did after with the French national team. They asked him. So at Chelsea, you played under Lampard, and then obviously when the new manager came in, you weren't playing as much. Are you happy with the substitute role? And it's the same role you'll be playing in the national team. And his mood it was a bit like no, he wasn't happy. Basically, he sounded like he doesn't know what the future holds. And he didn't come out and say straight away like, no, I'm happy with Chelsea. It was more like I don't know what the future holds. So I can see Zuma leave, but that's probably the only one of the major players leave. I can't see anyone else of our major players leave. Yeah, maybe Ziyech, but I can't see any of our major players leave in the summer.
No, I couldn't really see much leaving anyway. No, I could. It depends on the player. Ziyech maybe depends on what club's interested in him. Rudiger depends on the contract. I don't see any midfielders leaving. Tammy's probably going to leave.
Yeah,
That's about
Yeah,
it really
Tammy's
from our
gone.
main first team. Kepa probably on loan.
Kepa's not leaving.
we got to keep Kepa focused at the start.
We need to respect.
Why
Kepa.
would Kepa want to leave?
Why would Kepa
Because
leave?
Mendy
Exactly.
apparently Mendy's going to go to AFCON anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we need a competent goalkeeper, not Kepa.
No, but
Please,
under Tuchel,
Kepa's
I know.
underrated.
Okay, long shots you can have me on, but anything else,
Yeah.
Kepa's been fine in.
I wouldn't trust
Kepa's
Kepa to
really
catch a
good.
cold.
Oh come on.
Do
He's
you
looking
guys remember 2018 Kepa?
Yeah, but now now I remember 2020 and
Yeah, but-
2021
alright.
Kepa.
Man,
Yeah,
18-19 Kepa was great and all that, but I'd like him to come back first before I can say
Yeah.
anything
Oh, no,
about
Remember
it.
that? Remember that?
Yeah,
fight
but
again?
under Tuchel, he's decent.
Do you remember Champions League winner Kepa?
There's no Chris, you're basing it off 6 games. In
Yeah,
about
but he didn't.
one of
Can
the-
I be real?
Yeah, but those are the
Chris,
games he's
in
gifted,
those-
Andrew.
Chris,
Can I undermine your argument, Chris? FA
Yeah.
Cup final.
Yeah, that was.
Wait. So
Chris,
that
James,
undermines-
Oh, Chris,
that
in those
I
undermines-
can't argue the
games.
FA Cup final. I can't argue the FA Cup final, Andrew. I
Sorry,
can't.
Chris.
Bro, Chris, in those 6 games, he probably made a grand total of, 5 saves in all of them?
No, 16 actually.
16!
Man was
16,
ready.
17, yeah. Yeah.
Man was
Okay,
ready.
first off, I rate that you came with the facts, but
Yeah,
what games, bro?
I know that.
Because most of these games, I barely remember him touching the ball.
No,
Except
yeah,
the
because
Morgan
a lot of them, Lewis, a lot of them are average saves, but there's a couple
Oh,
good
there we
decent
go.
saves.
Yeah, they're
I will,
catches, aren't they? They're catches,
I will give you context if you want. I'm not going to just throw stats like that, but yeah, he's had like 16 to 17 saves roughly.
We only
And
need him
like a
for
few
about
good saves.
10 games a season, to be honest. 10, 15 games. And
Yeah, but-
obviously when Mendy goes in January, so he's only what? How many games? January's a busy month.
Yeah,
we play
exactly.
about 8 games.
Yeah, I don't.
I think we still need a maybe who's the keeper in our academy? We signed a young keeper, didn't we?
Is it Baxter?
We got Sigler.
Yeah, Ziegler.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so he could probably fill in for the FA Cup guys in January. This is risky. Yeah, you're right. We might need to keep Romero.
I'm sorry, but listen. It's commendable you're back in Kepa. It's just not happening. I wouldn't.
Why did we let Caballero leave then?
Because he's like 39.
Do you remember we kept switching Caballero and Kepa together, and it's just
That's
both
what I mean.
like
Man.
not doing well.
Kepa should have gone last summer when he wasn't picked in the FA Cup final. You know what I mean? But no one's going to take him because he was on a 5-year contract at 155 grand a week. Now it's just a 4-year contract at 100.
If you want to sell Kepa, who should we get then?
Who should we get?
Oh, who should we get?
Romero. Free agent.
Ramiro's out there.
But would he?
The thing is, we'll probably have to scout again.
Thing is, if we don't promote someone from the youth as the third one, and we get rid of Kepa, we actually need to buy 2 goalkeepers because he's my third choice one as well.
Hey, we've got Petr Cech in the team actually, so that's not.
Bring back Petr Cech. Bring back Petr Cech.
Absolutely shameless, Chris.
No, come on, he's in the team.
You guys saying Ben Foster for
I
a
love
second
Petr Cech.
goalkeeper? I know Man United are interested in him.
Remember when we signed Rob Green? Remember when we signed Rob Green for that year?
I get Rob Green back. Fuck it. We'll win another European trophy with him.
Rob Green, you know.
Donnarumma. We are going for Donnarumma because I don't want 2 Raiola clients at this club. Are you crazy?
We don't need Donnarumma.
We're not having Donnarumma.
What about Matt Wyatt?
For second choice, we can't have a Donnarumma.
Big up
on the
the MM
bench
Hive. Let's
and
go,
Mendy.
man.
Minerals!
What about Sam Johnston from West Brom?
I love him. I think he'll be willing to be second.
Very young.
Very young.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
Fills the quota for English
But
players.
does he want to be a backup keeper?
It depends which club, right?
I think
Depends which club.
Be happy. Yeah.
Depends which club.
But like, if he could get consistent game time, I feel like teams are in for him.
Depends on the offers he gets.
Lower.
It really depends. It really depends. I mean, if he comes, he's definitely going to play a bulk of games early in the new year because Mendy's going to African Nations Cup.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we need to replace that.
And that's when I raise
we need. He'd play all for me. He'd play all the League Cup games, no matter what. Even if we get to the semi-finals, I'd play him all in the early stages of the FA Cup. We play that. I'd play if we win the Champions League. If we get 10 to 12 points in the first 4 games, he plays the last two Champions League games, and you have him in and out against which other opposition. You could switch Mendy out.
That is a good shout because
exactly.
Mendy going away to African Cup of Nations could be like the difference between us winning the league, and we need to replace that.
Exactly. Yeah. You saw some of his saves that got us a point
I think
this year, let alone 3 points.
Leeds, we definitely should have lost.
I think AFCON is cancelled though.
No, it's still the draw is postponed, but as far as we know, it's still going.
It's probably going to get cancelled though.
It's probably hopefully.
All right. Well,
I'd rather see him moved.
I'd still sign him. I'd still sign that Sam Johnson anyway, man.
Yeah, I think that's going to raise his profile for the England national team as well. So
you can still play him in. You can still play him in multiple games.
Is he on a free?
You know.
Would you guys keep Petr Cech as the third keeper? Imagine we win the Premier League and Petr Cech lifts another. He lifts another Premier League.
He's going to put on his goalkeeping kit just so he could lift the trophy once more.
Exactly. I wish he did in Champions League actually.
I'm still taking on more responsibilities now. I think some of Marina's task will be passing to Cech. I think it'll be a lot more busier.
Is he taking 2 wages? Is he taking the players' one?
Greedy bastard.
Wait.
Is he taking 2 wages?
As he should.
What?
That's not his fault, though. That's not his
Petr Cech has to
fault.
take that to
We
bank,
really needed
Andrew.
him.
He's taking.
It's not his fault, isn't it? Yeah.
Andrew. It's not your
not
money.
free
It's
money,
Roman's.
I know. I just love it. He's taking 2 wages. He's taking 2 wages. That's for his taxes, the low paid one, the 24 grand a week one. That's for his taxes.
Andrew, give him 300 grand a week. He got us Mendy.
Areola's not a bad shot though.
But Areola,
Areola?
choice.
Yeah, Areola's not a bad choice.
He's a good shout. That was from Josh.
Yeah, and then we could probably do that with an option to buy as well.
PSG signed Donnarumma. It might even be on loan. You could get Areola on loan.
Yeah.
That could work.
I'll take him along.
Yeah.
I'll take him along.
Or if Navas wanted to leave, what would Navas be like as a second choice?
No, he's too good to be a second choice.
Wait, Navas the PSG keeper?
Actually, no, he wouldn't leave to be second choice either. You are correct on that.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't gonna settle second
I mean,
place.
but
No
will he
way.
be second choice now with Donnarumma coming in?
I don't know. There's a weird one.
I'm waiting
It's like
for
they're going to
Jester
put him
to-
on loan or something. I read they were going to like send him out on loan.
I'm waiting for Jester to say we should get Stefan.
That's gonna be a hard one, though.
Second from City? No.
Aaron Ramsdale, we're seeing.
Not
No,
Shamsdale.
please,
Oh,
no.
Not
There's-
Shamsdale. Not Shamsdale.
I'd rather keep Kepa.
There's another keeper, actually. I think that's a Turkish keeper. I forgot his name now, but apparently he's decent. When we actually linked him for first choice, maybe, but could take him as an option. It's just where our scouting team's got to find a keeper like we found Mendy. Do that again.
Oh, we
Yeah,
go back to Ren. That keeper's actually decent. Remember that Champions League game? My God, that
Oh,
guy
he's
was
going to
really
get their,
good. Gomez.
another one of their keepers again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was
That's
Senegalese,
good,
though.
Yeah, well,
They both Senegalese,
we
so-
seem to do pretty well getting goalkeepers from Rennes.
What do
Yep.
You know
they
what I mean?
We actually
You know
do.
what? That's a good
Petr
partnership
Cech.
right there.
Back.
we should see who's in their youth system right now and just put a down payment on them. Come back in like 5 years' time. You know what I mean? That's what we should do.
Take that risk right now, innit?
Yeah, take it right now, saying, you know what? You get the finest goalkeepers in the world. We'll just put a down payment on him now. How old is he? He's 17. Fine, we'll take him when he's 22, 23. You just do it like that.
Oh, there's another keeper who's available, Buffon.
No,
Oh, please,
no. We
He's
just
like
got rid of a
44.
39-year-old. I don't want to take a 41-year-old on the books. We've already
I
got
believe
a
Buffon's
check.
looking for that Champions League before he retires. We could go and get him number 3.
We could give it to him, bro. I mean, we've done it with Thiago Silva. Who says we can't do it Buffon?
No, Buffon is a curse. You don't want him on your team. You're not winning the Champions League. He's not winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it.
it's a
it's
curse.
a
Yeah,
curse.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
the
you're
reason
right.
why you won't win it.
You're right. He's not. Yeah, he's got a curse on him. You're right. You're right.
But we could have said the same about Thiago Silva before this.
Nah.
Nah.
Buffon's
Why was
been in
Thiago
finals.
Silva cursed?
Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's
Three
only
finals.
been there like one time
One,
prior.
Yeah.
One
Buffon's
final.
been in
He's
finals.
been there a lot.
2003 against AC
Yeah.
Milan.
2015 against
2015
Barca.
Barcelona.
Was it 17 against Real
17
Madrid?
against Real Madrid, yeah. So he's,
And he got sent off in the semi-final against Real Madrid when they lost.
yeah, he's cursed.
So yeah.
Man said he's cursed.
Yeah,
All right.
it's like he's like Guardiola. He's cursed.
I
man.
tried Buffon, man. I tried for your sake, brother.
Talking about Juve, are we actually as big as Juve? Can you believe it? I pinch myself every morning when I see Chelsea. How we're actually as big as Juve.
Of course, I can believe that. They're the biggest
growing
club in
up-
Italy with the
We're
biggest
as
club
big
in
as
England.
Juve, but we're up there.
In Europe, yeah, we are. We're probably bigger than them.
Bigger than Juve? No.
What, in terms of European trophies?
I bun them, innit?
Oh.
Fuck it.
Oh,
I'll
that's
run
another
with it.
retired keeper we can go for. John
Who's that?
Terry.
Yeah, I hear
John
that.
Terry.
What is going on, Chris?
Shut up.
Ah, you
What's
must
going
be
on, bro?
mad.
Why the retired goalkeepers? What's happening?
Have you got like a business or something for retired goalkeepers?
Yep, just send him back to Chelsea.
350 for Haaland. Are we okay with that?
Andrew, what?
I don't care. Daniel, I don't care. I don't.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Onana
care.
is
You
clear
don't
now.
care because you like him. That's why. Because you
No,
want
no,
that.
no. Seriously.
You should care,
If
though.
it'd be the same. No. I care. All I care about him is if he performs on the pitch. That's all I care. That's all I care. Do you know what I
What are
mean?
you talking about?
Haaland.
But that's going to affect the dressing room, though. And that could also impact
Well then,
his performance on the pitch.
listen. Get over it. Then
They're not
play
going to
well.
get over it, though.
Negotiate
That's
it.
the problem.
Do you
It's
know,
like-
know
why
what?
it's
You
not?
got
Do
a
you know why
point,
it's
man.
not gonna? Do you know why it's not
Say
going to
that.
affect him? Do you know why it's not going to affect him? When he starts banging in the goals and all their records go up for assists and everything, then they get all the. Then it won't affect them when they get in the trophies, will it? It won't affect them then. Then their status goes up. Then they go to negotiate. Then they get a bigger pay rise. It won't affect them then.
I mean, that's if he performs to a 350 a week level. If he does that, then of course, but that's a lot of pressure on a
Then,
20-year-old.
Daniel, then you, and I'll back you on this. If you come in and go, he's not performing, then we would have to go, yeah, you're absolutely right. But I've just this kid.
At that point, the damage is done.
But if you watch this young man's interviews, if you watch his interviews, the mentality of this young man is. He doesn't
talk
care.
about that.
He's
Do you not see what he did to Sevilla's team when he scored a penalty as well, and it just got taken away?
Here's the problem.
And he's getting chased.
It's not even just about him doing well. Let's say he does really well.
I miss a super
He does really well, and he scores.
I think he did.
Goals, right?
Oh shit! I hope I did. Let me.
But how
it was about. As I remember, Lewis, it was about Werner's wage to £5 and a bag of chips. I think if you can.
Wow!
I can't do that.
No, I'm not having that.
Sorry, Fatter, but I thought Lewis missed it. That's why.
I've got to get paid as his new lawyer.
No, Tim or Werner's lawyer, whichever one. Bro.
Let's say Haaland does do really, really well, right? He scores 30 goals or 32 goals. I'm not really sure how much, Havertz is on or Pulisic is on. But let's say Havertz gets 27 goals. He feels, I should be making what Haaland is making. We're not that far apart. Now you have two players on 350 or asking for that. You know what I mean? Similar levels. Like if they perform better or near to what he's doing, in their mind, and this is what we were saying earlier with Tammy is like, he's on 70 a week? Of course he feels like he could be making.
We'll cross this bridge when we get to it, though. That's the thing, innit? We can't make decisions based on what could potentially happen.
No, but you have to, though.
You have to.
Take all these things into consideration. That's the point. Because if he doesn't bang, it's catastrophic. If he does bang, it could still be.
He'll bang.
Daniel
will bang.
Daniel,
as much as I understand what you're saying, I think he'll bang.
If this club portrays itself as a big club in the way it is, then they'll get around it. They'll pay him. Pay him. You're earning hundreds of millions of pounds, dollars, whatever a year. Yeah, your club is it goes up every year because of the branding and everything like that. You're getting on the field success and off the field success. You're earning hundreds of millions, if not billions. Yeah, you're getting from TV deals. Every year in the Premier League, you're getting over 100 million, no matter where you finish. You reach the Champions League semi-finals, you're getting over 100 million, no matter where you finish.
I hear that, but Barcelona do that. Barcelona do that every year. Real Madrid do that every year, and they're incredibly in debt because their wage bill is so high.
No,
well,
but
I don't think we do it every year. I just
no. But the reason why,
I'm saying those teams do that every year. I'm saying Barcelona was the best. Like, who says that can't happen to us when we start?
But they stopped winning, bro. That's why, and they started spending the money in the wrong way.
We haven't won a Premier League title in 5 years. It's not like we're winning every.
That's a competitive league. Right. What do you expect?
So how different are we?
We're very different. We listen.
In terms of obviously we're on the up currently. We're obviously on the up. Yeah. What I'm saying is, if we're not careful and if we let things get out of hand, there's nothing to say we can end up like Barcelona. There's nothing to say.
I don't think. Listen, as much as Roman likes to spend everything and they like to spend. Remember, for each transfer, they still try and negotiate the best deal, no matter what that they think. Yeah. Even with this Haaland one, I think if they end up paying it, it will be astronomical what they pay, but they'll still try their hand to try and get it to something that they want. Look at the Kai Havertz deal. They did that.
Does he mean
we've had this problem? We've had a whole bunch of older players on high wages that we couldn't get rid of for a long time. We've had this problem prior.
When you say we could end up like Barcelona, do you mean having Deadwood in the squad that we bought for ridiculous amount of money that we can't really get rid of?
That's value drink water, bro. That's different. We can't compare these two, bro. Come on.
I mean, again, I understand this. It's for the past.
I'm making the comparison.
Hold on. I understand this.
I'm making the comparison to Barcelona, right? Where it doesn't matter what the talent is, you overpay and you pay high wages. Now they're having problems. Barcelona, no one pictured this 6-7 years ago. Nobody.
I know. I'm trying to address that. I understand the point you're trying to make because over the past few years we haven't. necessarily spent wisely. We've bought third, fourth, fifth choice targets, like, you know, Kepa and Morata and Bakayoko, resulting in us and them being on high contracts per se and being difficult to get rid of. I understand that, which means we have to be more effective in the window. No dilly-dallying and trying to get Lukaku and getting Morata, or trying to get Alisson and getting Kepa. Trying to get Haaland this window and ended up getting someone like Belotti. We have to be more effective in the window, which it looks like now we are trying to be. Last summer, we got all our first choice targets. This summer, we're being a lot more effective, and we're the front runners to sign Haaland. It looks like we'll get the centre back that we need, possibly. We're the front runners to sign Hakimi. So it looks like that's changing. I do have the same reservations as you, obviously, because I've mentioned that numerous times. But again, like people have said to me, the backroom staff that was around 3, 4, 5 years ago is different now, for one. So hopefully that changes. And look, the only thing about it is to believe it, we have to see it. So let's see how things progress over the next 2-3 years. Let's see them continuously back Tuchel and not take their foot off the gas, because they've done that with they've done that in the past with previous managers that we should have built a dynasty with, and we can build one with Tuchel, and let's see if they'll actually commit to it.
So on the economics thing, there's some big differences between La Liga and the Premier League. First of all, we had the most lucrative TV contract out of all the major leagues in Europe when it comes to that. So the TV revenue is higher, so you get a bigger piece of that pie. So more money comes in that way. And La Liga is more dependent on their game day revenue, which means butts in seats. And what's happened for the last 2 years? No butts in seats. So of course they've had a huge hit to their revenue. And we're talking about 350K
revenue. Sorry, just to like butt in there. Doesn't Real Madrid and Barcelona control their TV revenue, so they make all the money from that? They negotiate with beIN Sports and ESPN, so they make money. That doesn't affect them. That affects other La Liga teams, but it doesn't affect them.
No, I think it's one of the reasons they gave for the Super League was they want a higher share of the revenue. They want a Premier League like deal. So no, the Premier League still the TV deals in the Premier League are way, way, way higher than they are in any other league. So ESPN's contract, I want to say, I don't even think they're on ESPN next year. I think they've switched to CBS, or one of them has switched to CBS.
I thought Champions League is on CBS.
Yeah, but they're also getting either Serie A or La Liga that's going to CBS as well. ESPN is not a rich company. They've lost tons of money. So that's not a huge revenue stream. So because it's only
ESPN Plus, that's behind a paywall too, so it's not like they're getting the same amount of eyes as the Premier League.
Yeah, I have ESPN Plus, so I get to see all of those, but you have to pay for it. It's not on live TV all the time. So there's a difference there. And even CBS, all the CBS stuff is going on Paramount Plus, which again, you have to pay for. That's the new thing now. Everything is going for pay pay-per-view. It's not really pay-per-view, but pay for access.
Yeah.
That's where all the major TV stations in the States are going to. And I know that's how it is kind of in Europe, is you have to pay for plans for different, if I'm correct, you have to pay for plans for different types of services. So the second thing is those teams were built, Madrid and Barcelona were built around one player. Okay? And they paid him just ungodly amounts of money. You know, Messi's on $750K a week. So we're not talking about that for Haaland yet. No. And so, again, they're at the end of their careers, so they're not winning anything. So they're not getting the Champions League $150 million a year for winning the thing because Ronaldo's gone. CR7 ain't coming back to Madrid. And even if he did, he's not that same guy. He's not the guy who can carry a team and win you a Champions League. So we're not doing the same thing here. We have, if you bring in Haaland, what's your attack like? You've got Havertz, generational talent. Haaland, generational talent. Werner, step below, but still nobody is saying that he, people do say he's a flop, but 28 to 31 goal contributions. If that's a flop season, you'll take that. Then you have Pulisic, you have Mount. I think Ziyech is going to be gone this summer. I think he's going to AC Milan or somewhere in Italy. Of course, you have Callum, but I think Callum could be made as a make weight in the Haaland deal to lessen it a little bit because they're going to, if the Sancho rumors are actually that he's just going to get done, they're going to need a winger, and they'll want him because it keeps him away from Bayern because it's between those two teams for a Callum signature.
So just before you go on, so if we have Callum in a make way and then we sell Ziyech, who are we gonna have like as wingers?
Well, if we're playing only with 3 attackers, then we wouldn't play with wingers. The wing backs would be the wide areas. Okay, so you would play with 2 inside forwards, or actually, basically it's 3 forwards. You'd have a center forward and right and left forward. So,
but case if we want to go to a 4, what's gonna happen?
Well, if you go to a 4, then you put Reece James at right back, and you put Hakimi
at right wing.
At right wing, because he still gives you that width on that side to cross in balls. Because
so what about left wing?
So at left wing, you would have Pulisic. You would have.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pulisic. Yeah,
you would have Werner. If you went to a front 3, you would put Werner out on the wing, and you would have Haaland down the middle. You've got Havertz. You can play at all of those positions. You've got Pulisic. You can play at all those positions. Werner, you can play it too. You could actually play Werner on the right. He doesn't like to play on the right, but he can play. And you've got Hakimi that can play right or left because his left foot is very, very good. If you watch him, he can come in on his left, and he's played left wing back as well.
I seen him hit a couple goals too with his left.
Oh yeah, so Hakimi can play backup left wing back, right wing back, left wing, right wing. I'd stay away from him at fullback because I don't think he's defensively proficient as a Premier League fullback. Can play that in a pinch, but he's a better wing back or a wide winger than he is a fullback. Fullback because as a wing back you had that right center back or left center back sitting behind you to cover your mistakes. So if we're saying we're staying in the back 5, Hakimi makes sense, and you don't need to add any other attacking presence. You can actually let a couple of them go because you have a number of different players who can play in multiple positions. So that's where you get your rotation is from those from those players who can play multiple positions. So that's an easy point to make there.
What happens if there's any injuries in that?
Okay, let's say, look, injuries are going to happen. So let's say somebody gets injured. We'll call it Pulisic because that's what's on everybody's mind, right? You still have Mount. You still have Werner. You still have Havertz. You still have Haaland. You still have, Hakimi that you can move up in those positions and put James at right wing back, put Aspie back at right center back. So, I mean, there's not that you still have the depth there, unless you're going to go play a back 4. And if you're going to play a back 4, you have to see a CDM come in.
Hakimi not only elevates the right wing back spot, he elevates the squad. He elevates the defense because he can cover so many positions and allows others to cover positions, like you said. You give him a right wing back Reece James and Aspilicueta can switch and rotate the right centre back. You can move Christensen in the middle to rotate with Thiago Silva because we don't want him playing every game because he's going to be 37. The left side is the big problem with Rudiger, whether you keep Zuma or not, or you bring someone else in to replace Zuma. Then Hakimi can also play left if needed as well. You don't have to play Chilwell all the time, although I prefer to maybe buy a left back, a cheap left back just to come in just for the squad. But you're absolutely right. It's the deals. You just don't. It seems like FIFA career mode. If you think about it, you're going for Hakimi, you're going for Haaland. But I just don't. I said it. Fatou and Josh with me. I said it on Worldwide Chelsea. I said you just don't pass on these. You just don't do it. If you got a chance and you've been given an in to possibly make these deals, I think you do whatever you can.
To add to you guys' point as well, like I think the biggest thing with signing these types of players is it raises the profile of the club as well, which then obviously means the sponsorships that you get now as a result are even higher because of what you offer as a value to.
Hakimi and Haaland aren't raising our profile. We just won the Champions League.
Say again?
Yeah, they definitely are.
Let's relax. Like these
say that again. I didn't hear what you said.
Hakimi and Haaland aren't raising the profile of Chelsea in any way, shape, or form.
Flipping hell. How did he come up with that then?
No, I'm just saying we're bigger than them. Like,
no, you're not understanding. From a
it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's two really young players who are talented, yes, but they're not gonna raise our profile by them coming in. They're good players coming into the Champions League winners. Like they're not bringing us more fans. They're not bringing us more shirt sales.
They would though. That's where you're wrong, brother.
Are you honestly saying signing Erling Haaland, who's by far and wide considered probably the best striker in the world, would not raise our profile or sell kits or sell sponsorships? Like
they absolutely would. You've got the top talent. Having the top talent in the world makes you a higher value to sponsors. It's easy to understand.
This is a mute argument. Listen, I'm not arguing their merits as players. They will improve our team massively. But if we're saying we have unlimited funds and a wage structure doesn't matter, and you can sign players and give them whatever wages, and that's not going to have a knock-on effect on your team or the players in your team, then I don't know. What I'm saying is their wages have to be right coming in, because that's going to affect the entire team, not just them.
Yeah, but what makes them come to us if we're not willing to pay?
Players, they're great players.
What makes them come to us though if PSG and all of these other clubs are willing to pay, and we're saying to them we're not going to pay the money that they believe they're worth because other clubs are willing to offer this?
If they're willing to offer it, then they're willing to offer it. PSG doesn't have that much money to offer them 350. If he wants to come here, he wants to come here. Like we've been enough in world football. We've elevated ourselves enough that we shouldn't have to offer 350K to a 20-year-old to have him come here.
Well,
but you do if that's what you can offer.
They wanted to come here. You hear how Sancho is talking about Chelsea, the profile he thinks of Chelsea players. These are players who he's not going to ask for 350 to come here.
Bro, if all I'm saying is look, the money.
Sancho would? No, you wouldn't.
Why wouldn't he? Why
he's
wouldn't
asking for a quarter of a mil from United.
He's not getting 350K.
He's getting a quarter of a mil.
Sorry, guys. What do you guys say?
We got stripping going on.
What just happened?
250.
What are you guys talking about?
That's a different bump.
Good lord.
A bump.
No,
he'd still be the highest.
We're speaking about the wages, Lewis. That's why.
Yeah, he'd still be the highest paid player at Chelsea.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like if he's he's not. Conte's on 270.
No, he's on 144K. I don't know where you guys are getting this 290K.
Lewis showing his nipple, you dirty man.
Prime, you can't talk.
Staring at my nipples, bro. What's wrong with you?
Prime can't talk.
You do know that Haaland is outfitted by Nike, right? That's who. And so is Pulisic, and so is the team.
There we go. Right, we good.
You don't understand the madness that would go on in the States when you pair those two people in advertising. The kits would fly off the shelves. So you're talking about
100%.
bonus money coming in from Nike. They got 10 million for just putting the 10 on Pulisic.
Yeah,
You
he
don't-
sells
you
a lot of
understand.
top. Yeah, he does. I know.
I mean, do we
He's
have
like
a
second in the
percentage
world
deal
to
with Nike
Messi.
like Liverpool do?
Say that again, Daniel.
Do we have a percentage deal with Nike like Liverpool do? Do we know that?
Don't think so. No.
No.
I don't know what the ins and outs of it are, but if Nike see Haaland come, who is the next big thing, and they pair him with Nike's in the sport and in states, money will come in.
Yeah,
I'm talking big money.
Yeah, for Nike.
No, for us too.
for
I'm
us
sure
too. We
there'll
are
be.
the
there'll-
benefits
I'm
too.
sure there are clauses in the Nike contract that if X amount of shirts go out the door, bonus money is paid. If you think
How are
Marina,
you sure of that though? Like that's optimistic to even think that. We don't know what deals they have. If it's a 60 million clad deal, if it's a 50 million clad deal, we're not sure. To like bank on that is you can't really bank on that.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not
but we
sure,
have
but the
Marina.
club is sure.
They're
Yeah,
not
the
sure
club-
because they haven't paid it, have they?
What do you say? What's that?
They haven't paid it. And that's in-
State of you and your pooey agendas, Gem. CBA, man.
Yeah.
They got the page saying Haaland's potential to score 800 goals. In how long? Because that's definitely
whole
not in
career?
like 3 or 4 seasons. I know that.
Jeez.
He probably
You gotta
makes his whole career.
definitely mad-
How many has he got already?
expectations. I think that's happening.
800.
That's only happening on FIFA. Nowhere else but FIFA.
Or
Beginner mode and that.
or no offside, or no offsides, like how Pelé played.
Sliders
Chris,
on and
if we get Haaland, are you going to count his offside goals as well? You're saying?
Me,
Yeah, you.
I don't. No, it's not even just the offside goals. Like it's Timo Werner in his hand, or something else happened, or Timo Werner offside because of his hand was offside. You know,
Fine.
that class is offside.
It's fine. You're the hype man for my new client, so it's okay.
I don't hype.
You're the hype man. Yeah, the hype man.
I didn't even hype Timo Werner when he came.
It's okay. It's okay, hype man. No problem.
I defend.
Change your name to real hype man.
Don't
I
worry,
won't
Chris.
change
I
my
got
name
you,
to that.
Chris. I got you, Chris. Don't worry.
I gotta wrap the stream up in a few minutes anyway because I gotta head up to Robbie's channel. What's everyone saying though? Any other final thoughts, guys?
yeah, if everybody gets their signings that we've all been talking about, so Chelsea gets Haaland,
Yeah.
Hakimi, and I'm going to say Koundé, and City get, Grealish or Kane or both. Of course, United will get Sancho. We're still winning the league, so I ain't worried about it.
I believe that just the two, if we get all our players we have, with all the players we already have, like Kai Havertz and everybody.
Just quick comment from Jem again.
Come on, Turkey.
Oh yeah, he's just taking his typical was. You're saying Andreas Christensen lives in my head rent free. What about yours, my G? What about yours? Every time I see you, you're talking about Christensen, not me,
Lewis,
bro.
Lewis,
I want to
this
hear
will be
from
good.
you.
What's the first game tonight, Lewis?
Turkey versus Italy.
What's going to happen if Jem's beloved Turkey gets dashed by Jorginho in midfield?
Split. Wait. Lewis. I beg you, create a Jorginho penitentiary and put Gem in it, please. I beg you.
Oh no, I was just gonna. Wait, is Gem Turkish?
Yeah. Create a Jorginho penitentiary and put Gem in it. Just for this one, I need it.
Nah, I already got my penitentiary lined up. Just 1 second.
Just for the agendas.
I'm answering you now. You thought the AC penitentiaries were egregious. Wait until I get started, bro.
Is there a Lewis penitentiary?
If Jorginho spins your national team around after all this slander, I'll wait. Next stream you're on, I'm jumping on live immediately. As soon as you drop the link, I'll be there, bro.
They're doing watch along anyway.
No, they're doing a watch along. They're doing a watch along.
They're doing a watch along.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm on Robbie's, man. Otherwise, I'd be on you.
So you're gonna be on Don Robbie?
Wait, hold on. You're on Robbie's one today.
Yeah, he's got like about 40 man in there or something like that. So
what are they doing?
I'm
Italy watch along?
I'm hoping I get free
Yeah, they're
drinks.
doing all the games. He's doing all the games.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's the Don Robbie channel. It's not AFTV.
Yeah, not AFC.
Sorry.
Don Robbie.
All right.
Or is
that
it
makes
this one?
sense.
Is it this one?
Is what?
He's getting ready.
We can't see who's in jail. We just hear a bright
That's
light.
the Christensen one, though.
Speaking of which, Vitor, careful.
Careful.
Careful what?
Never mind. Never mind. I won't explain. Never mind.
See, he's taking a piss again.
I think I know where Prime's going with that.
I got to take the piss out of Jorginho free tonight. Dang.
Not if he spins.
I actually think Italy's the dark horse.
Yeah, not if he spins your midfield.
Jorginho is balled out this season.
If Jorginho done a masterclass, Jem will go.
Jorginho, Verratti, and Barella in the midfield.
That's a good midfield. That's a very good
Verratti,
midfield.
I don't think Verratti's on the team. I think he's injured.
Just wait.
Is he?
Who?
Verratti.
Oh, is he injured? Okay. Oh, Locatelli then. Locatelli.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Locatelli's a good one, bro.
It's not going to get a lot of.
Everybody enjoy the Euros, okay?
All right, brother.
All right, Josh.
I'll chat to you guys later.
See you later,
All
Josh.
right, So, what are we thinking about the Croatian midfield with all the itches in there with Kovacic and Brozovic and Modric?
That's actually a good midfield again as well. Very balanced. I do rate it as well. They got Wales actually, haven't they? So.
Well, they got England first.
Yeah.
No, yeah, what am I saying? Yeah. What am I saying?
Hold
I
on.
don't know what I just said.
I'll be there in a second.
Wait, Jem, stop it, man. Stop it, Jem.
Wait, man. Wait. We're coming for it. One second. I'll read the comment just in a sec.
How does the England midfield match up with the Croatian midfield?
It's better than England's by a mile.
Yeah, but the Croatia's midfield kind of aging, you know.
It doesn't matter, but it really doesn't matter when they're so much better. And like, who's England really got in midfield?
Declan Rice, Mason Mount.
Big up CFC Felix. Sorry,
Mason-
man, I didn't see this. He said, "Please stay, Rudy. Amazing leader and a great character for the dressing room. On top of that, he's been top 5 centre backs in the world on form since Thomas Tuchel came. I do hope he stays as well. I don't want to see him leave.
If he doesn't sign an extension, he's out.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think we're going to get the money we want for him. He's got 1 year left on his contract too. But I'd rather we keep Rudiger. I wouldn't mind him being on a 4-year deal either. My only worry is if the club's going to do it. Also, Jem, if you're here, my G, this is you, man, tonight. Yeah, it just had to be done. But someone said it, but I agree with them too. Sorry, Chris, what were you saying?
The only thing better to put Jem's picture behind there, man. That video.
I was going to say...
You can send it over and I'll sort that.
You could put SpongeBob's house in there, though.
I was gonna say, put James's photo in that picture as well.
Just messing with you, Jem.
And he said Jorginho and Krusty getting thrown in the Turkish penitentiary. Oh my days!
Oh, if only Denmark and Turkey were in the same group. If only. That would have been glorious. But also,
they're gonna meet anyway in the round of 16. They're gonna meet anyway. Last 16, they're gonna meet though.
They don't want to.
Is that Jem's main team? Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah, it's like I'm supporting Wales mainly, but I do support England too. But England are England end of the day.
I have no dog. I have no dog in this fight. My team already won a trophy this summer, national team.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
Dude. Think about it. Who does Mexico and USA really have to watch out?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Canada's pretty decent with
Davis. They got Davis
Jonathan
and
David and Alfonso Davies. Jonathan David is a shout. You want to look at that guy is quick. So he plays for Lille right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but no, CONCACAF is not that strong. Yeah, but the Gold Cup's can be played.
You have to watch out for the
MLS.
reggae boys. That's who you have to watch out for. That you have to.
Yeah, getting a lot of.
The reggae, they're kind of down on it because their one superstar doesn't want to play for them.
Now relax.
Bailey doesn't want to play for him right now.
He's here though. He said it's just crazy though, because if we could have had Raheem Sterling, to switch his compatriation, a couple of people that play in some top clubs, to have Bailey on the wings.
There's a lot of countries like that. How many African nations?
France, if they
France basically stole
they
Africa,
sided
bro.
with the African
Yeah.
nationality, they wouldn't win the World Cup.
I mean, Callum could switch to
Ghana.
Yeah, he still switch.
To Ghana. There's a whole bunch of players that could have dual citizenship.
He already played for England though.
Yeah, but he's saying he could. Like he played on the young team, U21s.
I think somebody put out a tweet. I saw that said if players that have committed to their European countries had committed to their African countries, it'd be a whole lot more interesting. Some of the teams that would be.
Nigeria could be a mad team.
No, Nigeria would be crazy.
Congo as well. Fucking who else could be decent? Senegal's already decent.
I mean, even Ross Barkley.
Senegal's got Mendy
has
and
an
Mane.
African country.
Ross Barkley would play for Nigeria. Wow, man, that would have been.
That would be mad.
No, we don't need that Nigerian team. We don't need that.
You'd have a better chance starting.
That's ridiculous. But guys, I do have to move because I got to head over to the studios. Big up everyone who's locked in. Didn't even think we were going to be streaming today, but some news popped up. So here we are. We might be back tomorrow. Probably will be anyway. But big up everyone. Smash the like and subscribe button. I will leave you with an omen for later tonight. Take care. Like and subscribe. And as always,